So in this video, I'm going to explain how to get infinite mana as a sorcerer. You'll be able to use your skills without worrying about any mana issues. So let's check this out. Okay, so first I do want to mention that it's not really infinite mana, but the idea is that you're recovering your mana faster than you're spending it. Now there are certain skills and pieces of gear that will make you regenerate mana more quickly, making it seem that you have infinite mana. So pulling up the skill tree, the skill Frigid Breeze states, lucky hit, cold damage against vulnerable enemies, has up to 20% chance to generate 15 mana. And the key passive skill Avalanche, which states, lucky hit, your frost skills have up to a 10% chance to make your next cast of ice shards, frozen orb, or blizzard consume no mana and deal 40% increased damage. Chance is doubled against vulnerable enemies. So it'll be easier to generate the most mana using frost skills. But if you're using fire skills or lightning skills, then you'll need to rely on other skills or your gear. And for the pieces of gear, you can get stats that state lucky hit, up to 5% chance to restore a percentage of your primary resource. And using the legendary aspect, the Avalanche key passive now applies 1 additional cast. Now you can also use gear that has stats that regenerate resources to help regain mana a little quicker. But the lucky hit stats to restore mana is significantly better if you have some lucky hit. So these skills and stats will help us regenerate mana very quickly when we lucky hit. Now you may be asking yourself, what is lucky hit? So to basically simplify it, lucky hit is a chance for one of your skills to have a chance to do an extra effect. So it's a chance for another chance effect to happen. So for example, my ice shards has a 26% lucky hit chance, and the skill Frigid Breeze has a 20% chance to restore 15 mana. So if I am fighting one enemy and only one ice shard hits the enemy, I will basically have only about 5% chance of getting 15 mana back. I basically did 26% times 20% to get about 5%. But since the skill Ice Shards shoots 5 Ice Shards and not 1, the chance does increase. And if you're fighting a group of enemies, the Ice Shard will pierce if you're using this legendary aspect that makes your Ice Shard pierce. And the skill Enhanced Ice Shards will make the Ice Shards have a chance to ricochet to another enemy. And this will drastically increase your chance to lucky hit and recover mana. So when you're fighting a group of enemies, you will have a higher chance to activate your lucky hit to recover mana compared to fighting a single enemy. So now how do we get lucky hit chance? Well, first you can get some lucky hit chance from your skill tree. The skill Precision Magic will give you lucky hit chance right off the bat, 15% if you give it 3 skill points. Next, your equipment can give you lucky hit chance as well. Now if you're using a wand, all wands provide lucky hit chance, as you can see right here. Your gloves can provide lucky hit chance, your rings can provide lucky hit chance, and your offhand can provide lucky hit chance. Now your helmet and amulet will have lucky hit chance while you have a barrier, and there's a legendary aspect that your lucky hit chance will increase when you have a barrier active. Now I'm only using this stat on my helm and not using it on my amulet, and I'm not using the legendary aspect because I believe there are better stats to use. But in the early levels, if you don't have a lot of lucky hit chance, definitely use the legendary aspect to get more lucky hit chance if needed. So to demonstrate, without a barrier, my ice shard has 26% lucky hit chance, and when I activate a barrier, the lucky hit chance does increase to 29%. Now, what is a good lucky hit chance amount? Now, this is all personal preference, and the more the better. But I believe if you have at least 22% lucky hit chance, that is more than enough to achieve infinite mana if you're fighting a group of enemies. But if you're fighting a single enemy, then you'll need about 28% or more lucky hit chance to achieve the infinite mana. But just be aware that lucky hit is still a chance. Now, the chance is higher when using frost skills compared to other skills due to the skill Frigid Breeze and Avalanche. But there could be a chance where you're very unlucky and none of your lucky hits proc. Okay, so hopefully I explained how to get infinite mana somewhat clearly. And if I missed something, please let me know in the comments below because it may help other people. And if you want to check out my Ice Shard build, there will be a link in the description below. Hope this helps in more Diablo 4 videos to come, so stay tuned. And of course,